Stacy Lee, the owner, operator, and head lady boss of Podium Designs here in Framingham, Massachusetts. We're in my workshop on my side of the garage in my happy place. I have been in business about 5 years. I focus mostly on weddings, showers, special events, and anything else that you can plan ahead of time. I buy as many flowers as I can locally during our short northeast growing season. I also try to grow a lot of my own flowers. That is the inspiration for my pink peony logo. I come from a long line of gardeners. My grandmother was a gardener, my mom's a big gardener, and I actually have her peony plants in my garden, and they're about 50 years old, and they're pink, and that inspired the logo. So I guess you could say that gardening and flowers are really in my blood. Nothing I can do about it. For the last few years, I've been invited to the Museum of Fine Arts Art and Bloom show. It's a big show where they invite a lot of garden clubs to come in and interpret individual pieces of artwork on the walls and flowers. And they also invite professional designers to come in and decorate the public spaces. So 3 years ago, I had a small coffee table arrangement in one of the information areas, and then 2 years ago I had a larger piece on a countertop on one of the information desks. And then last year I was given a podium space outside one of the, believe it was the modern art wing, and my pieces have gradually gotten a little bit larger, and this year I had sent them some plans for a piece that I've had in my mind for a while. The exhibit opening up April 7th at the MFA is Henry Matisse, and he's one of my favorite painters, so I thought this was a good year to go big or go home. A little bit of background on the project. A few years ago, I had seen this video by OK Go, and it's called The Writings on the Wall, and it's a perspective piece where they have set up all these things and you don't actually know what you're looking at until the camera swings in and you get that right perspective and that right view to see what they've put together. And it stuck with me, and I loved it, and I thought that it would be really cool if someone did something like that with flowers, and I hadn't seen it done. So it's been rolling around in my head, and it's morphed and it's changed, and now it's an 8-foot wall with a hole in the middle and a beautiful frame around it to make it look like it's a piece of artwork hanging in a museum. And when you look through the hole, I'm going to have a bunch of flower arrangements put on these podiums at various heights, so that when you look through the frame, you actually see a scene. It's very close to being complete. The last thing left really is the flowers. I've already, behind me you can see all of the planters that I've stuffed with foam to get ready for the show, and the wall is up, the podiums are done. I don't have too many more things to do besides the flowers, so this is sort of the catch-up video. I'm going to be showing you a bunch of clips from the last couple of months of all the different pieces that have come together and how they came together, because it has been such a pretty incredible project so far. I've been working with a lot of really interesting folks. I've had tons of help with the making of podiums. I've had tons of help with the wall. My father has just come through for me on the wall. And I have a legion of friends and family who are helping me install at the end of this week. So come along, see what we're up to, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy seeing what goes into a piece like this. So it's a late night here in my workshop. I thought I would catch you up on how the wall dimensions and sizing came about. So I knew the wall was going to be roughly 8 feet by 8 feet, but I didn't know how big the opening of the wall should be. So I made a couple of paper mocks. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger, more on the 36 to 72 scale, and it ended up settling on a much smaller size, 24 by 36, which is the size of the opening you see behind me. The next question to answer was how high to put the opening itself, and I looked up and saw that the average eye level is 58 to 60 inches, so I put that right in the center of the opening, and that puts the bottom edge of the opening at 48 inches high, which is very convenient. The next question after the openings in the wall became how far back the installation would go behind the wall itself, and also where all the podiums would go. So the blue tape on the wall is roughly 8.5 feet behind this wall, And you can see the hash marks going across the side here are 1 foot hash marks and then 1 foot hash marks up and down. And then on the floor, there are also some hash marks so I can see when I'm standing 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, and 6 feet behind the wall. I had my husband down here holding buckets of fake flowers up in certain areas so I could make some notes and decide how high all the podiums needed to be. So anyway, here, this is like the sight lines on how, you know, depending upon how far back you are standing, how far back you can see. I have some extra flowers on hand this week for another project, so I am going to do a quick mock to kind of give you an idea of what's going on back there, and then we'll explore behind the wall, as they say. A little bit in here of like a showcase of some more beautiful flowers. I was thinking some more, it's gonna be late April, so tulips, ranunculus, things like that, some spring flowers, some really bright flowers. Matisse is super bright, and I'm kind of playing off of that, so I really would like some real deep saturated colors. So depending upon your perspective, things are definitely going to move around. You can see I kind of have my little budget podiums back there. You can see the blue hash marks on the garage door and up on the ceiling so that I know how tall everything is. You can see that when I back up here and I get to my 7 foot mark, when you look through you can't actually really see the podiums. You can, or the things that are holding them up, and I know that that bottom of that glass holding the delphinium is at 38 inches, and depending upon how big the planter is, those will be at least 6 inches higher, hopefully, so that you don't see the glass blue piece of tape at the top of the frame. I know there aren't many people that have a work couch, but that's my work couch. I sleep on it a lot, actually, for someone who works it. I took a nap on it yesterday. So anyway, here's the green dianthus. You can see I'm going to kind of turn it into like a little bit of a hill or something like that. And it's just such a fun texture, and it looks really cool together. So that's kind of the piece in a nutshell. You're going to have some stuff in the foreground, some stuff in the middle, some stuff in the background. The podiums have all been ordered. I know what sizes we're doing. I know the size of the wall, and now it's just up to actually making it out of wood and everything else and putting the flowers together. So hopefully it all fits and it looks good from your perspective. So we're in my parents' garage. This is going to be the workshop for the building of the wall, because my garage ceilings aren't tall enough. So they have nice big tall ceilings because they got some storage up there, and this is where we're going to build the wall. So right now I got about a half hour, 45 minutes before I have to be someplace. So I'm going to spend the time now and measure out all the wood so that when Dad and I get together later this week, I can we can just cut it and screw it together. And here is all of the 2x4s. All the straight 2x4s are at the very back, and all the not crooked but dog-legged guys are up front. And then over here is the plywood for the wall. So these are 4x8 sheets, and they are going to go one on top of one another. Let's start measuring. So luckily I have these amazing plans that Roland gave me, which include some cut lists. This is going to be super easy. Measuring tape, a pencil, and a T-square, and a bunch of time. So should be fun. get this wall done, come hell or high water. I'm so excited. It's podium day. We're on our way up to, well, first, where are we going first? Where are we going first? We're gonna go see Mimi. We're having a little croissant or caramel coffee. First, we're gonna go up and see Mimi and drop the cherub off, right? And then Mom's gonna go pick up the podiums. Pretty excited to see my podiums in person. The pictures have been amazing, and getting the updates from Roland as we've been going along just gets me more and more excited as we go through this. So hopefully they all fit. I think we're gonna have, it's gonna be tight, so we'll see. All right, are you ready? And in true kid fashion, what happened, bud? Did we get motion sick in the car and throw up everywhere in the car seat? Yeah. So we're gonna keep cleaning up. We are literally 5 minutes from Mimi's house. We couldn't make it. We are like a half mile down the road, but we're almost all cleaned up and we'll be on our way soon. Okay, you ready? You feeling a bit? You feel better? Get all that nasty stuff out of your belly? Okay, yeah. Oh. But good news is, he puked in Mom's car, not mine. Or Nana's car, so sorry, Nana. All right, to Lowell we go. This is incredible. Look at this. Wow, that totally loading up was fantastic. The only thing is, can only fit 3 of the stacks of podiums in. So the original plan was to pick up what I could, drop it off at Mimi's house, and then go back and get a second load and hopefully drive Jack and half a load back, and then I'd have whenever I could go to Mimi's house because they're always home. And then Jack decided to barf everywhere this morning, and I don't even feel like bringing him home in a car. So I'm gonna wait till he wants to go to bed later, like this evening. So instead, I am now driving the load of podiums I picked up in Lowell back to Framingham to drop off in my parents' garage where we've built the wall. And then I will drive back up to Lowell and get the last couple of podiums, and I will go pick up the cherub in Hudson, New Hampshire, and we'll head back to Framingham later this afternoon. And hopefully it's a vomit-free ride home and everything fits, and it's just a matter of getting them all home because they're huge. That's what she said. Are we in Nana Papa's house?
You want to go inside see Papa? Wanna go play toys? We are squished in here. Oh, there we go. Oh, here we got a little podium sticking out here. Got a little baby waking up. Hello. There's the cleaned car seat without its cleaned pads. And the last podium is taking up the whole back seat. But we were cozy and we made it, didn't we? Yeah? You wanna go play toys with Papa? Is he good, silly? So I finally got all of the podiums in. And this is all of them, all undone. Hi, JJ. Yeah, these bad Larrys, huh? They're all going behind the wall. They need a wipe down, a couple coats of oil based paint. Gonna look good. So a lot went into this, and I think it's gonna be really awesome. I hope you enjoy seeing the process of having it from beginning to end and through the install and the show. So tag along and let me know what you think.